Hello there, and this is gonna be one of my education videos. Now, one thing I've been getting obsessed with recently is the homeschooling workbooks you see at Barnes & Noble and at other stores, but mostly Barnes & Noble, Lakeshore, those places. But I can never seem to find any much that goes above 8th grade or above high school at all, into the college level. That's one problem I plan to tackle with allowing people to homeschool college using these such materials. Since it's a nice day, I'm going to be taking a hike, telling you all about my better education plans. Okay, she's not talking to me. Good. No interruption. Sorry. Anyways, books that range from high school level all the way up to the postgraduate and postdoctorate levels would be a nice add-on. And you all know how I've been wanting to start a school that goes from high school to higher education. That's meant for people like me who are on the spectrum, who are disabled and need a different approach. Because I've dropped out of WCC, the only real college I've ever been to twice. No, not twice, 3 times. Thrice. And even when I'm auditing and not getting credit there, it's still drop out mainly because of the computerized system there. Because public schools, unlike private schools, they have crappy websites, crappy internet systems, crappy electronic systems. But still, electronic assignments are required now in this day and age. And you know what? This is another thing I need to go off on. Saying ebooks are the worst thing that's happened to reading ever. We're much better by having printed books only. This way we can have availability of certain books in print and not be forced to get an ebook, which is impossible to even learn how to use for some people like me, who are extremely tech savvy with hardware but not with software, and still don't know how to use a computer, despite being able to build one. So yeah, stick the middle finger at ebooks. Anyway, this school will eventually expand all the way down to the early education. Starts with all learning strategies, is what I plan on doing. Like, when you're taking college level math, there's plenty that you'll have in store when it comes to choices of which courses to take. Just like how Pace University has an easier alternative calculus course in Pace, the school in New York State, in Pleasantville in New York City. Not the location in White Plains, though. But that easier calculus course is vital for some of those who struggle in math, need to eventually take calculus, but need an easier semester-long approach to start off with. And this is where it comes into play. Then there's the MIT style calculus, or AP Calculus BC style calculus, where you're doing calculus 1 and 2 in one go if you need faster paced work, if you need to have an accelerated rate of learning. There should also be one for 1 through 3 altogether. my learning strategy is to have classes more run faster so that it's less work. But slower classes is also a good idea too. And then split up courses into two is also a good idea. I'll be doing. Other ideas, like teaching things conceptual in science and social sciences. And of course, don't leave out the most important one, which is no pass or fail. And then somebody wants to see their achievements, they can get an alternative off transcript for their grades if they don't want, if they do want to have grades. But it's not a requirement for getting credit. And then it's just the courses on the transcripts without the grades. And obviously no school discipline, especially in high school where it's just way too much. And actually we're about to approach a high school, one that some of my friends went to, but I couldn't because of that problem with the homework and the discipline. Right here, Eastchester High School. It's actually one of the better high schools in the area because when it comes to that problem and when it comes to like excellence. But still mainstream approached, and even the special ed programs don't meet my needs, so that's why I went to BOCES. So yeah, I'll do away with suspension, detention, everything. It'll just work better like that. And then what else would be needed for learning disabled students is alternative lower level education, also SLC style teaching, similar to Successful Learning Center in Pleasantville. So doing it all is the trick. Making things more doable. And then one learning style that I'm not going to have, or two of them that I'm not going to have in place because it's just dangerous, is the Catholic school learning style or the Eastern Asian learning style. Because those learning strategies are just deadly. They're mean, they're cruel, it's child cruelty. I'm also going to make a video about one of my social studies teachers who participates in child cruelty. Social studies teacher from Irvington BOCES High School. One that it's not to her students, it's to her family and her children that she's cruel to them. But that's for another video. That's for another video. And then there's the old BOCES Elementary strategy, which I'm going to avoid because that one's also really bad. I've made rants about Mrs. A- in Mechanical Hills Elementary, where she just has a terrible learning strategy, and she's earned herself a bad reputation. And she learned it the hard way. But this is not mainly to be a rant. It's mainly to show my own strategies. Like the school that I'm going to open doesn't have any core courses like Sarah Lawrence College or Brown. And it's much cheaper too, tuition. Tuition's just outrageous. Colleges charge way too much. People end up like not being able to pay all of it, and they know their lesson. They're like way more greedy than Apple Computer. Is what they are. These schools, especially Sarah Lawrence College in Bronxville. Basically causing people to go into debt. And that's what they want. They don't need all that money that students pay. Community College and SLC, Successful Learning Center, not Sarah Lawrence College, has proven that. And also motivation, meaning like motivation meaning great job, and then helpful hints. That's another thing that's going to be important in my school. That's what SLC, Successful Learning Center, that's the college I go to, and I'm in my senior year at. So yeah, senior year, that's a long time you've been there, so you succeeded there is what I did. So that's basically it about secure schools and the strategy.